What's going on, guys? Welcome to Unboxed Impressions. So in this video I'm going to show you how I installed the dbrand skin for the MacBook Pro. Of course you need scissors, you need your MacBook. Here I have the 16-inch MacBook Pro, and you need your choice of dbrand skin. I picked up the green camo skin from dbrand. A really great three-toned kind of look. Excited to use that. And yeah, so make sure you have your supplies ready, your space cleaned. I like to start off by just giving the MacBook a quick wipe with the microfiber cloth provided on the top, just to make sure that there's no lint, no dust. And so, of course, make sure that, first of all, it's the right size. And so here's what I do. I peel it off about halfway, and you want to make sure that you don't pull too hard so that you don't stretch the skin. But I pull it about halfway up to the Apple logo, and I trim the paper. So I cut just along the middle there. And then so now you should be left with two separate pieces. What you're going to do is you're going to put this one just a little bit offset from the Apple logo, take the other side fully off and put it a little bit offset on the other side there as well. For some reason it didn't stick. There we go. And so now you have a guide where you can line up the Apple logo. And the idea here is that once you line up the Apple logo properly, all you have to do is pull from the sides and make sure you flatten any kind of bubbles. Here I kind of messed up, and so once again, when you take it off, if you need to correct yourself, make sure you do it carefully. Don't pull too hard. Yeah, you know, this method allows you to restart and do it over if you need to. As you can see here, struggling a little bit. It's a very sticky skin, but there you go. So took it off, gonna realign it, try to get it right this time. Alright, and once you feel comfortable with its placement, make sure you push out any kind of air bubbles that might appear. So air bubbles will show up. You have to make sure to squeeze them out. And so here we just pull the sides, and while I'm pulling, I'm making sure that the air bubbles don't appear, and on the other side here as well. And just look how easy that is. Instead of having to try to kind of set the entire piece all at once, aligning it from the center and then spreading it out outwards. With the microfiber cloth, make sure you get rid of any kind of air bubbles, make sure it sticks on there, and there you have it. That's the front. Looks incredible. Alright, so now it's time to do the backside. Now for the backside, because there is no center reference, the best thing you can do is to make sure you align the feet and the screws, and it's going to be the same method, except you're not going to cut the paper in half. You're just going to peel the sticker off and bend the paper over. Now what I recommend doing is actually making a crease, so bend it all the way, because you'll see here it likes to just pop up, and if it pops up it might throw you off when putting it on. So make sure you make a crease like I'm doing right here, and then you can begin to align. Now this part really isn't too bad. Once you line it up properly, it's just sliding it all the way through. And of course you want to make sure that you get rid of any kind of bubbles, because when it comes to the back side, because it's a little bit curved, there are going to be bubbles that you will have to make sure that you kind of flatten out. And there you have it. So we've put the skin on the bottom of the laptop. Once again, making sure that all the bubbles are out. And if they do appear from time to time, all you have to do is just squeeze them out. The skin will settle on the laptop fully. Just give it a couple hours for it to do so. Yeah, that looks great. You can see the precision there. Now it might be easy to be intimidated by these skins, but you know, if you take your time, it's really not too bad, and the end result is really great. Huge shout out to dbrand. They do such an amazing job. Love their skins for all my products. There is this little back strip as well too. That's for this kind of tiny little area on top there, and for this it's really just peeling it off and aligning it as best you can. Now when it comes to this piece here, this will warp if you pull it too hard. So if you mess up, make sure you carefully peel it off. Otherwise, if you pull on it too hard, it will stretch it and you'll find that it's going to be a little bit longer than the piece that you have to put it on. So carefully slide it on there. And there you have it. So that was how I installed the dbrand skin for my new MacBook Pro 16-inch. And you know, as you can tell, it looks incredible. You got kind of like a three-tone going on there. It's a nice dark green camo color. And what I found is, you know, honestly, that's the best way to put one of these on, is to start from the center where you have the Apple logo as your reference, and then spread it out across the edges. The back, you can't do the same thing, but as long as you align the feet and the screws, you should be okay. And finally, this back part here, just slap it on. One thing to note is when you're putting these on, and let's say you kind of messed up like I did, make sure you don't pull too hard when you're removing it if you maybe messed up or have to realign it. When you pull it too hard, that stretches the skin, and then you'll find that it doesn't fit when you try to put it back on again. That's especially apparent with the back part here. You want to be gentle when you take that off if you need to realign it. But otherwise, another successful install. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.